make the show 30 minutes less so I could get that information consolidated and I don't have to waste it with Clemente dicking around with the music. That may be the situation that you're dealing with. If you're new here, I'm Nick. I go on rants. We got Easy. We got Signal. We got Clemente. I don't know if Bunny's on stage or not, but sometimes we got Bunny. Every day we got Bunny, actually.
Hell yeah. And today we're discussing the continued February crypto pump. And if we have any more room to run, brought to you by the Solana Sergeant, the Sergeant of Solana, the AVAX Admiral. We're going to talk about some OG ETH NFTs, showing some strength, showing some signs of life, and Magic Eden's upcoming end of February ETH NFT marketplace. And if this is the end of February and if this is the end of OpenSea, if it's dead, if we're calling the grave for this company that was once making millions.
Am I the only one flipping on OpenSea? Dude, all I've been doing is flipping pudgies on OpenSea.
No. Yeah, you are the only one, Nick. You're definitely the only one. Why are you still using OpenSea? I'm just curious.
I actually don't. I've switched mostly to Blur. Blur is the primary place that I end up going, to be completely honest. So
good, man, because they got a fat carrot for all of us. So don't be hanging out with OpenSea.
I don't feel like there's a carrot in it for me though. Like however the cookie crumbles, however the rewards end up falling, I always end up getting screwed with a lot of them. I used to be the main recipient. Easy has been the main recipient recently. And Kix is in our Discord, like begging people. He's looking like ultimate degen. He's basically being like, guys, what's the next 30K play? I just need to get that hit, baby. I mean,
you know what? I feel like Kix as well. After Easy's like payday this year, I feel like Kix as well. And that is like the worst place to make a decision from, because you will FOMO into your grandmother's calls. So right now, I'm just like, just be cool, man. Just be cool. You've got plays. Your time will come. Your bags are set. But I really know what Kix is feeling right now. But look, Nick, as long as you bridged when last year with Blur, I hope you bridged. Okay. Maybe you didn't pack your bags.
Nick, you should at least bridge a little bit, like a minimal amount, just to do it, just to take the action. Yeah. Send some to. I did that last month. I literally sent like 0.03 to Blast just to do it, because I think there'll be maybe some sort of reward. But Blast is very exciting, and we're going to talk more and more about it as we get closer to it, because there's a lot of opportunities there. Before we get started,
when you dropping your guide, Clemente, when you dropping your glide. Sorry, I didn't mean to release the alpha.
Yeah, we got some sweet alpha dropping later today, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a massive guide. Clemente has been working on this thing for a week with basically the ultimate Blast airdrop guide, and it's going to be accessible. If you're subscribed to the newsletter, it'll be linked in there. Otherwise, there will be a page where you can just enter your email and get access to the full play-by-play airdrop guide. You go spend. How long do you think they got to spend, Clemente?
20 to 25 minutes. It depends how much money they want to make, frankly. Because if you really want to get in the weeds, yeah, it's
not financial.
Yeah, hey, whoa.
Not financial advice.
Now, financial advice is a nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Dude, he's been saying this again, and he's gonna get us into hot water. Like, it's like his fourth time saying we're a nonprofit, and I'm not gonna do well in jail, Clemente. You will do even worse in jail, dude. Like, there's no in between.
Dude, I would not do well in jail. I've been hitting squats recently, dude. I'm
double. Oh, so you're prepping for whatever happens in prison. I wish you luck, dude. I wish you luck. I'd cut out the nonprofit shit real quick.
Where's the head of HR when you need him? I agree, Tristan. Real quick, a shout out to today's Bodoggo of the day. Austin Green got his very first Solana NFT yesterday. Look at this diamond grill.
He said, "Throw me on the show. Throw me on the show, coach."
Long time listener.
All right, aye, Captain.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, Austin. Welcome. His very first NFT or Solana NFT, following the footsteps of Gordon Goner and Julian Holguin, Doodle CEO, who also
I don't think he really pronounced it like that.
Well, anyways, shout out to Austin. Welcome to the crew. You can go check him out with the pinned tweet above. Yeah, quick shout out to Austin. Before we get started, Easy, I was confused by all of the people joining the Yuga Labs gaming committee. Was this a meme, or did they
No, they added 40 people. They removed the previous council. They had told us that like they're gonna cycle people in and out. So I wasn't very surprised by it. I do like the new council. I think it's very strong. A lot of Yuga holders. Shout out Bunnies on that. Shout out a bunch of other people who
Bunny.
are gaming native. So still playing Dookie Dash, still getting feedback on Dookie Dash. Overall though, good move by Yuga.
Got it. So they but you instead pivoted and you joined the Pudgy Penguins gaming committee.
Yeah, to be honest, that's more of a meme. As you could see by the fine art that was there. I am the president of the Pudgy Gaming Council. My job roles entail tagging at here in Discord once a month. And if it's any more than that, they'll kick me from the Discord.
Well, congratulations. I really enjoyed the art. I thought it was like kind of an OMB style kind of thing, Nick. I don't know what you think, but this does give me OMB style kind of art. I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, this is kind of the new meta we're in.
What are we even doing here now?
What's the issue?
The bar for art just keeps going lower. I mean, I guess I'm happy about it. We've been working on the Nifty PFP for a long time now. I'm thinking maybe you know how I call the other thing scribbles. Maybe we just get into like a single line, just and we can rate it based on the type of pen. This line was drawn with a Mont Blanc, a Mont Blanc pen. You know, from 1963 edition. That's what the ink looks like. We can do fountain pens. We could do click pencils. We could do all sorts of things. We could be like, oh, you got the Bic pen. Oh, what happened there? What happened?
Roasted. Get out of here. Anyways, I agree. It is all a bunch of scribbles at the end of the day. But shout out to OMB, just crushing it. And Test Tube Ted saying 1963, Nick's birth year. I don't know. I think maybe a little earlier. But before we get started with today's show, I want to give a quick shout out to today's partner of the show, a crypto tax calculator. We are kicking off a month-long partnership with them. We are super excited with them to be partnering with them. I use the product. I've worked with them in the past, and they are probably if not the best platform to use for crypto and NFT traders for getting your taxes done. We're 2 months away from the upcoming tax season. You want to make sure you're getting ahead of the curve, getting it on it early. Unlike myself, who filed a 6-month extension last year, I'm going to be avoiding that and getting a head start on it now. But the platform is built by DGens for DGens. They were recently announced as the official global tax partner of Coinbase. So you know these guys are not playing around. They have over 1,000 integrations. They can do taxes for over 20 different countries. They even have NFT support for chains like Base, ZK Zinc, Zora, even Cardano. They even got support for Cardano. You know they're not playing around. But you can go to the pinned tweet up top or the link in the YouTube description. Use promo code NIFTY20 for 20% all of any crypto tax calculator plan and Bodago's holders. Go to the Discord. You can check the link for 30% off. So we're just giving away discounts like there's no tomorrow. But shout out to Crypto Tax Calculator. Get a head start on your taxes today. Signal, whenever you are ready, please take it away with the weather report.
Absolutely, Clemente. Today is Tuesday, February 13th. If we look at ETH market volume, it's coming in at 21.4 million. Solana market volume at 10.3. If we look at the market leaders, while the blue chips are bleeding slightly, the stuff doing well. You got Killer Bears, they're up to 1.7 ETH. Wonky Stonks, haven't heard that one in a while. That's back up to 0.2. Pandora is up 44% to 9.7. Quex are up to 20 SOL. And Parcels absolutely cooking, touching 19.5 SOL. Over the past 24 hours, top 4 stories. Well, firstly, February's crypto rally has continued at Bitcoin. Woohoo! It crossed that 50K for the first time in over 2 years, up 4% in the last 24 hours. While it initially lagging behind, Ethereum and Solana both rallied hard, up about 10%. And Solana just looking to test that $121 high that it had in December. Say it's also up 12% to 0.75 cents, nearing an all-time high. Secondly, we're looking at the marketplaces, and Magic Eden announced that their ETH marketplace will be launching on February 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern, featuring Gabe Layden's royalty enforcing contract. They also announced that OK Bears, OK Dogs, OK Bears Ethereum collection will be the first collection collection launching on their launchpad, and any OK Bears purchased before February the 15th will receive a allow list. OK Bears are up 10% to 20 SOL. Memecoin season is back in full swing as Dog with Hat is back over 0.40 cents. Jupiter Launchpad Memecoin When is up 50% to $57 million market cap. And MOG is up 100% to 55 million market cap, with other tokens also showing strength in the recent ETH pump. And then finally, over on airdrops, Rune Guardians are the latest ordinals collection to pick up steam, as a 10K collection was airdropped to holders of various ordinal collections, including OMBs, Bitcoin Frogs, Bandits, and many more. The collection currently holds a 0.015 BTC floor and has recorded $450,000 in trading volume since its debut yesterday. That is all for the weather report. It is back to you folks in the studio.
Amazing weather report, Signal. Thank you for putting that together and for getting it out there. Easy, real quick. Did you get a Rune Guardian airdrop? This was given to OMB holders, if I read correctly. You got one of these?
Yeah, I just found it in the wallet now. Someone told me it's like $1,500.
Just now. Yeah, this is $1,500. So you got a courtesy of the newsletter. You were like, yeah, I checked the dailybones.com and this is
the newsletter. 100%.
Hey, speaking of the newsletter, I'm going to read out some stories.
I got it for you, okay? I didn't know what I was even going for there, but yeah, I've had enough of this unprofessionalism. Hey, if you want to get access to the newsletter, just head over to the nifty.com, or you can go to the leaked URL that Clemente shared the other day, dailybones.com. The website does not yet look professional, but the newsletter does deliver to most people. Season 1 of Killer Whales, crypto version of Shark Tank, to debut on Apple TV March 11th. No way. So they're finally giving it away for free. Well, not necessarily on free. That's if you're on Apple TV. Do you have to pay for this?
Yeah, you get the Apple TV subscription and you can get access to this.
Well, I already pay for Apple TV, so I guess I don't know if I'll watch it just to see Alex on there.
I've seen what you watch. You're definitely going to watch this.
He loves it.
We're all watching it, guys. Let's just not pretend that
I'm
we're
happily
all
watching
about
this. No hesitation, I will be watching this, and I'm excited about it. But Nick over here saying he's not going to watch it is just absolutely
I only watch the finest of TV, okay?
Look, I've spent some time watching TV with Nick. I'm going to say, his choice is pretty good. He's got some good TV taste.
I went to the bottom of the barrel recently, but not doing that. Last night, I was watching a ski competition, Corbet's Couloir. I was watching people just yeet double backflips off there and crashing. It was ridiculous. I mean, it's incredible content to observe. Screw Netflix and everything else. I'm not just watching straight up YouTube, dude. Like that's where a lot of great content is. So anyways, Elon Musk tweeted GM also caused Harambe to 2.5x, Harambe token to 2.5x after tweeting Tucker Carlson Putin meme. What the hell is going on with this story?
Yeah, so he tweeted out a Harambe meme yesterday, which got 40 million impressions. And after that, the Harambe token did a little 2.5x.
So what does this mean? What does this meme say? It says, Mr. Putin, why did you invade Ukraine? And he says, I'm just coming to that. You see, May 28th, 2016, a gorilla was shot at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Well, did you see the interview?
This is actually one of the most fucked up memes because we're kind of laughing at the deaths of innocent civilians.
Did you watch the interview? The Putin Carlson interview?
Oh, no, it's live?
Yeah, it was posted last week. It's about 2 hours, but that's basically how Putin answers every question. He's like, so Vladimir, how did this happen? And he's like, so we have to start in 1976 when I was brought here to this location and presented this information. And he goes on like a 15-minute rant, and then you get to the answer. He had like one of the coldest responses I've ever heard too. Like the one like made my skin crawl. He's talking to Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson asks him a question, and he just goes, yes, the CIA, the organization in which you wanted to join but were rejected from. And Tucker Carlson's face just goes ghost. Like, how the fuck did he know that? Like, it was like he dropped information. Like, it was in that moment, Tucker Carlson knew that Vladimir Putin knew everything about him that even other people had no idea. Like, Putin probably knew what he had for breakfast the last 3 months every single day. Like, it was uncomfortable watching it. It was like, oh man, like
Have you seen that other meme where he's meeting with Kim Jong-un or whatever, and they're like toasting, but then they don't drink because they're both afraid
they both think the other one's poisoned? Yeah, they both kind of toast and look at the thing and like put it down slowly.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, Putin can't trust literally anybody around him, but he's at least getting information on everybody. They're still pretty good with information. That's one of their best areas. Tensor's $7,000 creator competition ends in 3 days with details on how you can enter pinned to the top. Can you? I get a quick rundown on this. I keep seeing it in the conversations with Tensor, but I want to get an understanding. What is the creator competition?
Yeah, so it's basically they want to talk about, they want people talking about their latest price lock feature. So all you need to do is create any sort of content around it. It can either be a video, it can be a Twitter thread, it can be a meme. And by posting it on Twitter, you then enter it. You can submit it into the link that we were talking about, and 84 submissions so far. So you can actually have a pretty good chance of winning. It will go live, or it will end Friday, very early in the morning. So try to get it in Thursday afternoon. I talked to some people that are going to enter. So yeah, super exciting. You can win a Tensorian, which is worth about $8,000.
In addition to the USDC?
No. It's the Tensorian is the USDC.
Got it. Okay. Absolutely fascinating. Full disclosure, they're a partner of ours. So that's how that got slipped in the newsletter without disclosure, Clemente. I like that. I like that approach. Undisclosed partnerships, dude. That's remember, you're the fall guy. Next story, EtherRock.
He is going to jail. He's going to jail. If anyone's going, it's that guy.
EtherRock sells for 279 ETH for the highest sale in 2024. Give me the USD value of that.
$740,000.
Holy lordy moly. Well, that's incredible. We love the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Upcoming mint. 2/13 today, the day before. They call today Valentine's Day Eve. For all of the lovers out there that are interested in love and making love and getting into arguments with the people who you're closest to, because every holiday is always absolutely treacherous and guaranteed at some point you're going to fuck up. I feel you, dude. I feel you. You fucked up the gift. You forgot the gift. You got a shitty gift because you just got flowers. She doesn't love flowers. You got flowers. You got the wrong flowers. You got some chocolates. You got the wrong chocolates, basically. Oh, you didn't get a forever flower bouquet that's $450? You're dating a gold digger. Congratulations. You must be in New York. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with right now. But don't worry, I'm single this Valentine's Day, and I'm feeling great about that. Okay.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, but every time I think about Valentine's Day, I always remember working in the office, like when I was in like early 20s. Valentine's Day, every time the courier came, all the women would look at the door and just be like, is it the flower guy? And then when the flower guy did come, all the women were just like, it was like getting an Oscar. Like, you don't want to stand up because you don't know if they're going to call your name, but at the same time, deep down, you really hope it was you. I got flowers a couple of times, but I definitely wasn't the most, like person who received the most flowers. But I love a bit of V-Day action. It's all good.
Dude, I love that approach, Signal, like in terms of sending. That's a good tip on the office flyers. Too bad no one's in the office anymore. Like, that's just not even a thing. So like all three people in the office are going to be like, oh, Mary got some flowers. Well, back to work. So yeah, but we all do wish that we were receiving flowers on Valentine's Day. Ladies, remember that. Remember that. Send that on over to me. Hey, I'll welcome it. I don't even need someone else to see it. I'm here. I love a good flower, I also love some plants. Plants are also great, ladies. So just remember that. Nick O'Neill loves the plants. Anyways, 2/13 today, Valentine's Day Eve. Flares by OXFAR on BTC is an upcoming mint. Quantum Cat's artist releasing a 512 supply ordinals art collection. So I thought the Quantum Cat's artist was a 5-year-old.
No, not a 5-year-old. It's OXFAR. Yeah, he's dropping a 512 piece collection. It's a Dutch auction starting at 0.1. I was talking to Noah Meatballs
Wow,
last night, actually.
Freaking cash.
Yeah, Noah Meatballs yesterday said that he expects this to sell out instantly at 0.1. I frankly disagree, kind of, but he was super excited about this. He thinks it could be the winner of the week, basically, that everyone's talking about.
Noah Meatballs is smoking some crack. I'm telling you that much, dude. 51 big ones. You're talking about 51 BTC. That's 2.55 million for an artist. Get the hell out of here, Noah. And how dare you pump it like this? And by the way, like instant sellout, how does that work on Bitcoin? Like, is it like quick run to the spreadsheet, fill out the form? Or like, what's the process to make that work? Like, have a 3-hour gas war? Like, literally, what does the drop process look like? Can someone tell me?
Easy. Do you know? I tried getting in for the quantum.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get that quantum cat.
I thought
you were absolutely gonna get it. What happened?
Yeah,
we big dog.
Well, got bounced. Dude, the guy's slowed. I don't know if his Wi-Fi or whatever. But Nick, I have the same question as you. I tried to get in the quantum cat's public mint. It got botted somehow.
What does that even mean, though? Like, how fast did it actually sell out, though? Like,
so it sells out instantly. You have a claim to the asset. So once that transaction is recognized in the mempool, you're locked in. Like, it's locked in. It's
in
like,
the mempool, there's no like gas war, basically.
No. So there is a gas war to get into the mempool, but there's a certain amount of time that locks you in for it. So it's like, say I send mine and you send yours, and I'm a minute behind you, but my gas is higher. I'm farther up in the mempool, so it'll recognize me. There's a set period of time. Like, I can't show up an hour late right before that and then go in. Like, there's a certain window that they recognize the transaction for. Like, that's the big thing. There's like windows for it versus ETH where all the block transactions are processed simultaneously. With Bitcoin, there's these like blocks, obviously, that sequentially happen. And in the certain number of blocks, you can front run other people. And that's the thing.
All right. Well, so it happens at least within a given amount of time. So once the block, I get what you're saying. That's like that animated page that you can go to watch the blocks processing. In this case, it's basically elevator doors closing, and you're trying to shove people in and pop people out, basically. And but the door is closing, and it's gonna ship basically the door on the train, and then it moves on to the next car. So that's what's going on. And kids, that's how blockchain works. Remember that. Put that in your noggin. Smoke it.
And that's how babies are made. Is there's a window of all right, nope.
That's also how babies are made as well. There is a window of opportunity, although it is variable every month. So you got to just keep trying, and you have just a lot of sex. At some point, some people start saying, "I'm not enjoying the sex anymore." You know, they're sitting there saying, "Why am I trying so hard? I'm now just an animal thrusting every single day into my wife, hoping that a baby will be made here, and it just doesn't work out." There's hearts broken and hearts born literally through this process. Anyways, let's get into the actual news of the day. Top story. I went through a breakup last week, Clemente. Let's go through therapy hour. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to the next thing. Pudgy penguins flipping Bored Apes. You want to give us the rundown here?
So I want to do a quick prediction. Everyone this weekend was calling for the flappening, which is Pudgy Penguins flipping Bored Apes. At some point, they were 30 sales away from flipping Bored Apes. Since then, Pudgy Penguins have pulled back. They're now at 19.3 ETH. Bored Apes, Bunny, they're holding strong, 22.8 ETH. So the question I have is, at this time next week, Tuesday morning of next week, February 20th, do we think Pudgy Penguins will have flipped Bored Apes? I just want to get some quick predictions out there. Nick.
Here's a random day. Let's just throw out a random date, Clemente. My guess is I'm gonna go with what is the gap right now?
It is 3 ETH, 3.5 ETH.
Ooh, yeah, that's by next Monday.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with yes, just because someone's gonna do it. How many pudgies we got?
I do not know exactly how many are
well,
left.
That would be a helpful stat there, Clemente. Can we pull that up?
Yeah, I'll also add it to the newsletter tomorrow.
I mean, geez Louise.
I would say about,
we're gonna say.
I'm going to say no, not by next week, because Nick, you the other day, I can't remember if it was on air or off air, you're talking about this cadence. That Pudgy's has this amazing cadence of news, and we've just had the dimension That was very recently. So there needs to, we've got the pullback, and then there needs to be another catalyst. I'm not sure if it comes in the next 7 days, though the flappening obviously will happen. But I'm going to say no, Clemente, to by next Tuesday.
Got it. So a no from Signal, a yes from Nick, although maybe he is revising.
I'm running. I want to run the numbers here real quick. God, dude, Blur's interface. Everyone's like, oh yeah, well, this is the greatest thing ever. It just isn't. This thing is hot garbage, dude. So I don't give a shit what you say. The only reason that you go to Blur is because you want to find the cheapest price. That's basically the reason that you go in there. But what's the experience like going to like a thrift store? How does that feel? Do you enjoy it? Some people do. Some people like that. They make a business out of it. Those people are built different. Okay. But I click on something on here. They make the tiniest checkbox, and then you accidentally click the image next to it, and it screws up the whole thing. So anyways, I'm just trying to find the number that we have here. And I'll tell you in a moment how many we have. But it looks like there's probably at least 30, 40 of these that need to be sold. Like in a giant sweep, the only way that the floor is going to go up to that level. So I don't know. I like Signal's take. Easy. What are you saying?
By Tuesday of next week, they won't flip them.
They won't.
I think they do.
Tuesday.
I think they do. I've been relatively bearish.
Wrong.
Pudgy Penguins.
I've been wrong with basically most things. You got 2 calls in a row, and suddenly you're like, I'm a genius.
What calls did he even get right? Dude said sell your Bitcoin puppets. Oh, Doodles.
Yesterday, and hey.
Oh, yesterday, yeah, they're down. I'm now down 0.3 Ethereum, Clemente. So yeah, when you posted, let's buy them. Your boy's down. All right. So I will be requesting the difference, and it will be deducted from your pay.
And I will have to, I called them at 2.8, first of all, and they're at 3.2. So you're still in the money. I also called Cool Cats yesterday, and they're up 10%. Low 0.12 gain.
Did you buy one?
I did not.
No, he's paper trading now is the way that he's doing it because he got tired of losing money. And what
I'm doing is I'm warming up, right? I'm getting the muscles ready because I've been out of the game a little bit, right? Like I used to be a seasoned trader back in the day, but since then I've lost my step a little. So it's like Michael Jordan. He went to go play baseball for a bit. Now I'm going back. I'm playing on the Washington Wizards. I'm getting the mojo back, and I don't want to be risking it for the biscuit.
Clemente, okay, Clemente, what's the floor of Bored Ape again?
Bored Apes are currently at 22.8 ETH.
Okay. So that's actually not so the total number that needs to happen in order for the flippening to take place, or the flappening as it's being called, is 75. We got to sell 75 pudgies for this to go down. And that's 75 times what? 50 grand? $3.7 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility. I'm gonna be
that though, right? Because that would imply that nobody else lists a pudgy penguin or a Bored Ape, right? During this sweep.
Yeah. I mean, you are correct, but there's no way that I can like project the exact amount. I mean, there is a way. How many are going to be listed before now and then, Bunny? Before your dearest Bored Apes. The other thing that you're not taking into consideration, Bunny, is that people are undercutting the Bored Ape floor aggressively because they're realizing that they're about to be flapped in the face.
Bunny, are you getting a tattoo if this flappening happens? Is that still happening?
Yep, that's the deal I made when I tweeted it out.
Where are you getting this tattoo on your body?
The small of my back.
Got it. Well, I recommend your left buttocks. That might be a better location.
That's not the small of the back. He's talking about like where you're kind of like where your spine ends, the sexy back.
Yeah, you
put the sexy back.
Tramp
we don't say that easy. We don't say that.
Oh,
easy is 2024. Come on,
Clemente. Let me teach you
back to the nonprofits.
Okay, let me just tell you about what you're going to want to do. All right, player. You're going to want to put that hand right in that area. Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on. Moving on. So
okay, that's what you're going to want to do.
We're moving on to crypto. Crypto pumping again. February has been just a scorching month. Can I say easy before we get started on that? Can we talk? Will you be willing to admit that maybe you got this prediction wrong? You called for a little bit of chopping. You were saying, "Hey guys, it's going to be calm waters. I don't expect a lot of pumping. I don't expect a lot of action." But we've seen some giga bullish.
Are you trying to call him wrong?
Yeah.
Open up the charts right now. Pull up TradingView.
I don't. Wait, that's good.
Pull it up right now.
Just walk me through it. Walk me through
No,
it.
I would love to. Let's just take a look at the chart right now, Clemente.
Okay, I'll do it right now. Okay.
You want to talk about the chop? You want to talk about the chop? Yesterday, yes, we saw some bullish price action. But if we open up the charts today,
You want the daily?
I want the daily, not the weekly. Look at this. Look at this. This is some great positive price action to start for sure. We're over this support line that Nick has drawn elegantly here. CPI data came in today, slightly higher. What then occurred was a unlikely event for rate hikes from June, now pushing back to July with a 50% or 50 BPS for it. So that's where I'm like, okay, so now we're already starting to price in where rates are going with the unlikelihood of rate cuts this year now being the narrative, which if that is the case, we're going to see some price action dip us back into this range. So chop in a crab market is up and down, correct? Answer it, Clemente.
So well, he doesn't know what the hell a crab market is, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know either, dude.
So crabs go like this.
I understand what crabs do, but I don't understand what the hell that has to do with the market.
They move back and forth, left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. So that's kind of what we're looking here. Instead of left to right, we're going up, down, up, down, up, down. So we did get some positive price action here. That's fine. Totally acceptable. But I think we got a false breakout, and I do think we're going to see some negative decline with the rejection off of 50K.
My ladder line.
Yeah, the ladder price action-wise, where I don't know if we go that low, down to the 42 area. I'm looking closer to 44, 45 area. That's kind of where I'm taking a look at it. That's where I'm most interested to see some positive price action on the corn.
There is an interesting line right there. Let's just throw it on there because
we love the lines,
my mom always says there's never enough lines.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for, is right around there, that 45 area. You could even go a little lower, 44.3. Right 44.3 is great. Yeah, that works perfectly. So that puts us right back in the middle of the Bollinger Bands. You can actually see the little orange line sitting there pretty as well. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And yeah, so everyone yesterday was ecstatic about the 50K mark. I think that is a very positive sign. Clear resistance at 50K, however. I'm more excited about AVAX holding $40. That's very interesting to me. But the DXY is the one thing that I'm going to continue to watch here with CPI data coming into play. We got to watch the dollar. Got to see how the dollar trades. We're currently sitting at 104. For the first time in history, or first time in 150 years, the dollar is trading at about 150 Chinese yen is what it is, I believe, which is like when you start to compare global economies to everything, where people are putting their funds. Internationally, the market looks even scarier than U.S. markets, which I think could have some negative price action on it. This chart is nice too. But right now we are in this breakout zone right now. I think we're going to have to wait and see what happens over the next 48-ish hours, because right now we're closing back within the body of the previous day's candle.
I mean, we got rejected before, as you can see on Solana, the up at well, I mean, we went up to like 125 temporarily, but 120 was where we got rejected on this. And then it broke down below back into the range essentially. So you are correct, Easy. One day does not make for a price action. You know the saying, when in doubt, zoom out. But the weekly, I think, did close above. Yeah, it closed above support for the first time since, wow, you got to go back to, well, December 21. Damn. So, I mean, this is, look at these lines. This looks ridiculous on here. Yeah, you got to go back to 21. So hell of a weekly candle. We did see that weekly tap off of the line, that the random line that I have here. Remember, this is 100% accurate. 47,774. So it did tap off of that. You got to wait, see how this closes. We have had situations where the weekly has gone above before and then pulled back. And so this is a regular occurrence. Above, pull back before a breakout. So like there's no hard and fast rule that it needs to just be up only. I like Easy's play here. I also like this pullback here on the weekly. You can bring it right back down there, 44K. I like that. That's a nice little retest area. And that may be the opportunity to go ape your 401k and everything else into IBIT. You know what I'm saying? Or FBTC if you prefer Fidelity, which is a weird ticker.
Yeah, FBTC is not good. HODL's definitely my favorite, and Burr is my second favorite.
I like the ticker. I don't like trading the low volume ETF.
Agreed. You need the high liquidity assets.
Yeah.
Easy. So you're relatively bearish. You're a little bit bearish for what might come in the next few weeks. I want to check in with our senior meme coin correspondent, Nifty Nick. Nick, what do you make of
back?
what do you make of this meme coin craze going on right now? We had Whiff up 35%.
Holy God,
plus 50%. Mog did a 2x yesterday. Are you involved? Are you watching any of this action? What do you make of what's going on right now in the meme coins?
I mean, it's just crazy out there, Clemente, right now. Dude, it's so hot out there. It is snowing outside my window, Clemente. That's how hot this market is. The meme coin season is back for at least 24 to 48 hours. But if we get some more chop, if Bitcoin pulls back, I don't know that we're going to see the meme coin surge that we're looking for here. But the main takeaway is this shows its cards. Remember how we saw this with the ETF sell-off? The cards were shown in terms of what was going to run and what wasn't going to run. The playbook was made. And so what you can see is Whiff showing some strength here means that it ain't dead. I sold a lot of my Whiff. I'm still holding on to a little bit. Still got a little bit in my portfolio. How's Bonk looking? What we really need to see is like what the action is on the top coins to see what we anticipate to be the primary price action as things move here. Bonk is looking pretty strong. How are we seeing? What's the airdrop that Easy got the other week?
Jupe.
When? Or
How's Jupe looking? When is not a Jupe's not a meme coin, but I am curious about it. Jupe isn't 48 the level that you were saying, Easy?
Like right around there, 45, 46, 47.
Can we get the 7-day here? Yeah. So this is
it's sitting on that USDC buy support that they have in the pool.
And when does that end?
Months.
Huh?
They said it could be months.
Could be months. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting place to be, huh?
Yeah, it's like a little scary to be honest. I don't really like it. It kind of makes me uncomfortable.
Did you sell your when Easy? I saw that. That's a little 50%er in the last.
I sold my
week.
when like immediately, bro.
Got it.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean, dude, I don't like have a ton of time, sadly, to like deal with the meme coin side of things. Like Jupe isn't a meme coin, so I felt better holding that. But even that, I've got a small percentage of it.
Signal, what were you gonna ask? And then I
I
was
gonna ask Easy, what the price makes you uncomfortable, or the fact that it's being supported at it's only holding 48 cents with the support?
A combination of both, to be honest. It's the fact that like the pool could be pulled at an undisclosed time, and that's scary to me, and the fact that it's sitting literally on where the USDC support is. So it's like if we were a little higher, I'd feel better. Like if we were holding 51, 52, I'd feel great because that means that there's like organic support for it. Sitting on USDC support is not the type of situation you want, especially for multiple days, because that just shows it's constant sell pressure right now. Like there's not much retail buy support going on if it's sitting above where the market is being made on it.
Yeah, it's basically that it's not the real price.
Yeah.
And if you're not seeing significant bounces off of that real price, then basically it's just an artificially sustained floor. So it's a weird place to be trading. Typically, you'd want to probably sell into that liquidity is what the normal move would be here. But given the fact that they don't know how long they're going to sustain that floor is a whole other story. Hopefully, what you would look for is that Jupiter is going to release some sort of. I hate that I'm saying this. I don't even like that I'm saying
it.
Utility is.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dude, you're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud.
So I just feel like that's what you would be looking for. The
I'm
thing
telling you right now, though, dude, Jupe's gonna run the second that they put a token on the LFG launchpad. The second that we get a token on their token launchpad, whether it's Shark, which is the Sharkify one, which supposedly their point system is going live in the next like day or two. That's a big piece of it. So like, there's actually a 4x multiplier for people who complete loans on it. So I think default rate is basically going to be 0. Like right now, farming Sharky feels like the best trade with the Sharkify token and the likelihood of a lack of defaults and what appears to be consistent farming on marketplaces from the NFT side. So I think price action is basically going to sit flat on a lot of NFTs, which opens up a fascinating opportunity for the loan market to farm Sharky with the 4x point multiplier for completing loans. So people are paying those off just giving you yield on that every 7 days. And I think that goes live either today or tomorrow. So that's where I'm like most interested to look. But now circling back to Jupiter, that's where the Shark token is potentially going to be launching on LFG. It's one of the 3 finalists to launch on that, which now if you have Jupe and are participating in the governance protocol, the likelihood of you getting some allocation of that is relatively high.
Well, it sounds like there's some, you're still holding it. You haven't sold yet.
A small percentage of it. I've sold about 80% of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I scaled out literally on the way down. I sold the tax amount that I needed to pay my taxes right after claim because I was like, I won't do well in prison, man. I won't do well in prison. And then scaled down on the way out, which is a terrible way to trade. But I just watching the price action didn't get me excited. So I was like, it's constant sell pressure. I'm not going to red wick the shit out of this. I'm going to just slowly start to sell it.
I will say, so I'm looking at my meme coin bags. Overall, awful portfolio. Like an awful portfolio across the board, including whiff. Like, dude, the gently used Honda or whatever the hell that is, down 90%. Okay, that's where I'm at with the Honda. These memes, Blockbuster. I think I'm down 60% on that. Just here's 100, there's 200, here's a couple more. I could have bought some of those Forever Flowers on a first date for somebody, basically, with all that money, and just looked like a damn boss. You know, I would have ended up with a gold digger, but it's still, regardless, you know.
Nick, it really feels like this is a time to rotate out of your meme coins and put your allocation into your altcoins right now. It just like with Bitcoin just potentially on a ripper here. Even though Easy was talking about we've got this crab session coming up, like you were saying, it's up and down. It just feels very well positioned for altcoin season to just pop off after the ETH narrative plays out as well, as we run into May. So I don't know. I don't feel, for me, it doesn't feel like this is the moment to be in meme coins right now. I'd be parking my capital into much high conviction plays where people will feel like, oh, I've missed Bitcoin, I've missed Ethereum, but there's still XYZ that I can put my funds into. That's what I'd be doing right now.
I mean, I agree. This is like $1,000 that I have just like floating around. So like, basically it's like, here's my small portfolio of junk that I'm messing around with. But I don't see this as like, it's more of like fun. Essentially it's at the casino, but you are completely correct with your approach to this. I have so many random coins that are in my hot wallet where stuff is just like sent to it. But there are some nice airdrops that are in here where there's $10, $50. But I don't know, like if I sell this thing, is there a chance that my wallet gets liquidated easy?
No.
No?
Well, some of those tokens, I think, yes.
No.
Aren't there suspicious tokens that get airdropped to wallets?
Yeah, if there's any liquidity pool behind them, you can sell them on like a Jupiter or a Radium. It won't drain your pool for those tokens. The main thing you got to be careful of is clicking the NFT tab, because getting spam NFTs are where you will most likely get drained. It's a website that'll then initiate a contract. But like even in Phantom, if you see a dollar number next to them or even go to swap those tokens in Phantom, you won't get drained from that.
Okay.
It's a contract that's swapping on a public pool. So that's the main thing. Like the actual way of doing it is like Jupiter has a liquidity pool or Radium. But whatever you do, do not click the scam NFTs. Like that's the one thing. Like yeah, stay away from those, because that's like you will lose everything clicking and interacting on websites from those. The main thing is like tokens. If there's a dollar number next to them, you can sell them, because that means that there's an existing pool behind it. Like I have a token called ROOG, ROOG. It's worth 9 cents. It was airdropped randomly to me. I can go into Phantom and swap that for, let's see how much Solana I can get for that.
I have a bunch of these, dude. I have
0.00083. So the fee's actually higher than it. I just swapped it just to you know, if they take 20 grand out of the wallet, it's a bad day. But just swap the token, we're fine.
All right. Well, that a nice little security lesson there. I've always been just afraid to touch those things.
It's not the same as like ERC stuff is like the main thing. Like the inherent contract is different. You may get a swap failed if there's like a lack of a liquidity pool, but that just means the transaction failed, and then it's like, all right, sweet, I can just burn the token or send it to a burner address. Like you just don't have to worry about it. But many of the ones that are random that have like $1, you can swap those.
Hey, I like this next headline, Clemente. Let's talk about something boring for a moment. Solana NFT trading is boring right now.
Well, it was served up to myself.
5 minutes, Clemente.
It was served up to myself. But before we talk about that, which is actually very exciting, I want to give a quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Crypto Tax Calculator, which is the leading tax platform for crypto and NFT traders. The platform is built for degens by degens. It can handle thousands of transactions, thousands of integrations, frankly, support for over 20 different countries. And they have support for a different NFT they have NFT support, for multiple chains, Base, ZK Sync, Zora, Cardano, Avalanche, Flow. You got some doodle socks you want to mark off? You got Crypto Tax Calculator on your side. Anyways,
we got the URL live, Clemente. You can go to the nifty.com/CTC. Those letters are CTC, not to be confused with the CDC. This is CTC for Crypto Tax Calculator. If you're interested on information on COVID, you can go over to the CDC and find out that you took a vaccine just now and it didn't work, because everyone that I know that got this vaccine is sick. But the flu one worked this year, and I'm glad I got it so I wasn't curled up like a ball puking into a toilet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Have you had a flu, Clemente, anytime recently?
Dude, you don't get flu shots in Florida, bro. Like, you can't get sick down here. It's literally in the law. Ron DeSantis passed a law that says the flu is outlawed and nobody gets it now. It was that simple.
People not die in Florida easy? Because I thought that's where they go to die.
Yeah, but it's usually the geriatrics. You're gonna fit in great.
All right. Well, hold on. You can go to the nifty.com/CTC. Use promo code Nifty20 for 20% off any tax plan at Crypto Tax Calculator. Hey, if you're a Bodogos holder, check out the Discord. You can get 30% off. We're just giving out discounts left and right.
Their site's looking fresh. Did they do a revamp?
Yeah, they're
Hell yeah, brother.
They're crushing it. We love.
Where does that saying come from? Easy has this like saying which just got added like months ago. This hell yeah, brother thing.
It's a Hulk Hogan bar.
It's a Hulk Hogan bar?
Yeah, you know Hulk Hogan, right? Like the wrestler?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Anyways, speaking of Hulk Hogan, Easy, I want to talk Solana NFTs. I've been watching the price action and volatility on NFTs on Solana, and it's very calm. It's suspiciously calm. But their NFT volume is still holding up great. I'm very curious what you make of what's going on over there. Pretty much other than parcel pumping, which I believe you called very early on. We're not seeing a lot of price action. Is that because of the additional kind of airdrop farming? I'm just very curious what you make of that, and if we might see a November-esque pump after Ordinals and ETH NFTs have their day in the sun, which they're currently having right now, and if Solana NFTs could move in the next couple of months.
I mean, I'm hoping. I don't have massive exposure to Solana NFTs right now, more so just like watching the market. Yeah, it's a rather interesting time because right now every marketplace is just getting heavily farmed for points, and that seems to cause like stale price action. New mints are minting out, pre-sale buyers are selling them almost immediately, and then secondary price action kind of stalls as people just continue to farm, which is the toughest part. I mean, Parcel was great. I think it was like 3 Solish where I announced that I'm a buyer here. Said my target was 10. Looks like I was 50% off the all-time high on where I wanted to exit and did exit. So left a big chunk on the table. But that was a play that, once again, is for like the airdrop farming. You get a massive points multiplier for the more that you own. So we're seeing a bunch of positive price action on that, driving it up. Other than that, though, you're seeing a lot of cheap collections get a lot of farming going on because people are just basically washing their hands with it, buying and selling for fractions of a penny in profits or losses, buying and immediately relisting. It's kind of tough.
Nick?
Well, I don't know about this situation, but there is one situation I want to discuss, which is the next story that you have.
Well, let's just to wrap this up. Easy. Does it not make so? How are these collections? I don't understand how these marketplaces are getting farmed so much. If like Fox Federation, for example, if they have royalties set up at 3%, how does that still have so much volume come in? Are they basically farmers taking that 3% loss as like, hey, the points that I get or the future token that I get is going to be more valuable?
Yeah, good question. That's the entire speculation, I would say. Is like right now everyone is just placing bets that the token that they'll get and the rewards from farming these will outweigh and offset any losses.
which is absolutely the dumbest game to be playing as far as I'm concerned. It's the dumbest game. I don't know who the people are that are operating on this other than market makers that are getting incentivized essentially. And what they're doing is, my guess is, market makers are getting paid by teams to go market make. They're then taking their net gain on that and then essentially turning it around to break even by absorbing the commission fee, which they're reimbursed for, would be my assumption. So that for $0 effectively, they can go market make and then get this airdrop on the other side. And if they've automated the system and they have bots that are running, then there's no cost essentially of operating the system, or close to zero. So that would be my assumption of where this volume is coming from, is from bots that are paid by, that are market makers who are paid essentially by projects to generate volume. And they end up getting royalties, but the company ends up paying that, reimbursing that essentially. And that's the cost that they end up getting reimbursed, would be my guess. Now, there's also other larger projects where there's some speculation involved. And I'm sure that some of the projects that pump, these market makers also end up making money when the price goes up. So that ends up helping them offset these fees. And so they end up just looking on a weekly or monthly basis to figure out where they net out. And they end up taking like a position one way or another. But that's my assumption of where all that activity is taking place. It's not really the best, like the best contribution to the market. The biggest stuff that ends up making a run up, you would wonder, is like what's happening with Pudgy. And my thought is, with something like Pudgy, two things. One, inside information. You got info being leaked to investors that say, I like that thesis and I'm going to go run with it. We've seen these leaks. We don't share all of the leaks. But effectively, you can see what the market impact is of what's about to be dropped, essentially, is what's taking place. The other thing that we end up seeing as a result of that is just announcements, which is narrative stuff. Signal correctly called out what we were discussing earlier in private, which is that Pudgy does a great job of setting a cadence of announcements. But they've been following more of the Yuga playbook recently, where it's just dead silence in between those different periods. You don't see as much of Luca on the timeline right now. You instead see anticipation of things. And the higher the floor goes, the less that you want to say. And that's kind of how things are operating right now. And it becomes a self-perpetuating thing. But
he is
regardless,
public on, he's open on Discord. Like he does these like igloo calls every week, which are interesting. Like he basically has this like public facing piece and then this community piece where it's like the super fans basically get an inside scoop and the stuff that they care about, which Twitter doesn't care as much about. One collection I do want to
we'll be doing some of that actually in the Bodagos Discord. So shout out to the Bodagos who've been saying, what's the latest update? We're about to be sending that up on a regular basis so you can have visibility. And we want to sync on that. So hop in the Discord, the Bodagos Discord.
Yeah, hop in there. And shout out to Musty Manny, who said that Famous Fox Federation doesn't have royalties enforced. So that could be why they're the #1 collection over the last 24 hours. Easy, real quick. I want to talk OK Bears just for 1 minute. They announced their OK Dogs collection, which Nick hasn't been too happy about historically, but that's going to be debuting on the Magic Eden launch.
It looks like they basically copied the original. What was the first name of our project, Easy, before Bodagos?
Bodega Buddies.
Bodega Buddies. This was basically the design, slightly modified, I would say, but it looks like strikingly similar, yet with the OK Bears sort of style of art. It also looks like trash as far as I'm concerned, and they deserve to be sued by us for launching these dogs. Easy, what nodding his head no there. What are your thoughts? Oh, you like the art?
I mean, I just am not going to sit here. Art is subjective, my friend. Like some of us over here personally don't take shots. All right, we don't take shots. Okay. I wish it did look like my dog though. Where is he? He's over here somewhere, like that. Look at that guy. That's a good dog. That's a good dog.
Is he on his back?
Yeah, laying down on his back. He just passed out. My man, he's done with it. He's over it. He's checked out. But yeah, I think the dog art it's fine, I guess. Like I don't really have a strong opinion. A lot of people saying they look more like dingoes, wolves. Yeah, a lot of different takes on the art. I do like that skin on the bottom left. I think that's kind of cool. overall though, I like launching collections right now is a little bit tough. This will be the first launch on Magic Eden's ETH marketplace launchpad, I believe, on the 27th. So we do have some clarity on that. Very curious to see the price. Very curious to see supply. A lot of questions still unanswered.
Yeah, I've got to say the snapshot on the 15th doesn't give me confidence, because normally the snapshot is taken in secret so that everybody who own that asset is extremely happy. Like, yay, I've got whitelist. So I've got allow list for the next collection. But now, the snapshot's coming up. So I'm like, oh, like,
dude, if someone wants to take the counter on a tensor lock trade here, I'm willing to short the hell out of an OK Bear running into this snapshot, because we saw a pump of all pumps. Great opportunity. If you haven't used tensor lock, not financial advice, because you can get wrecked on these trades. I want to be clear. But if I'm making a short, this feels like a good short opportunity. I like this one, Signal. Thanks for suggesting that the whole audience do that, Signal.
No, I wasn't saying short it.
That's what I heard.
I wasn't saying short it. I was just saying that, you get red flags, you get green flags, and there are just a couple of red flags here. But who knows? This could still do very well.
It is. I agree 100%. Signal that it was interesting that they're like, hey, in the next 3 days you can buy one. I don't know how much they're going to make from royalties from that, but that might be the incentive to do that. They've traded 3,000 sold in the last 24 hours. I don't know how much royalties they would make off of that, but that would be an incentive, right? You can milk an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 from it.
Clemente, two things. One, Yavor Kangalov says, Sergeant of Solana, you look like a mid-tier mint. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Yavor. Thank you for that one. The other thing I was going to say is I wanted to briefly mention this contract. What did you want to discuss associated with this Magic Eden marketplace? And the other thing I was going to say is I don't care about the last subject. Let's just wrap it. Nobody's interested in staying for an extra 15 minutes to hear our perspective on ETH versus ETH NFTs versus ETH pump. It's just not. It's not important. You know what I'm saying? Let's just wrap this bad boy up. Quick, rapid fire, 1 minute on Magic Eden royalty enforcing ETH marketplace, launching February 27th using Gabe Layden's contract. We'll have OK Dogs is the Launchpad collection. What are our thoughts, real quick?
The big question mark I had is OpenSea Toast. They have still they have 20% market share almost. They're doing $3 to $4 million of volume per day. I'm curious if basically OpenSea is toast. I was looking at their historical volume. Nick, they were making $25 million in fees per week. Per week.
Who was?
OpenSea was during like the peak bull market. They were just printing money. So that was wild to me. I saw Easy tweet at Gabe Layden asking if the creator has to wrap the contract or if the individual holder basically has to migrate and quote unquote bridge to the new contract. Easy, do you have any thoughts on this? Nick, I'll let you go first though.
It sounds like it's going to be an absolute train wreck, Clemente. I can't wait till this thing rolls out. A lot of people are not anticipating the chaos that's about to go down. This will be one of the simpler contracts for them to be able to migrate, to make it work. This is going to be the easier one for them to navigate. But how's it going to play out for Yuga? How's it going to play out for Bored Apes? How is it going to play out for these other things? The rumors that we're hearing, which we cannot share, could end up a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit questionable. And I just think we may be headed for an absolute train wreck. And you know who will end up on top, Clemente?
Who?
Our one and only sponsor, Tensor. Tensor. Shout out to Tensor, the best NFT marketplace on Solana. What's your hot take, Easy?
I have a lot of questions.
Please. What are they?
Can you answer them?
Well, if you ask, I can try.
So who wraps the contract, the creator or the holder?
Next question. That's
okay. Will there have to be a burn and remint if contract authority has been removed, like update authority?
Great question.
Okay, awesome. So I'm glad we're getting somewhere here. Third question here would be, are all future mints on the ETH marketplace going to be using this new standard?
I would assume so, actually, on that one.
Okay. So I like assumptions. Assumptions are great. Awesome. Very good. Huh.
Hey, one big thing I will say, shout out Gabe Layden, who's finally getting adoption of the contract, and it didn't require a second Super Bowl ad. So this year we had no NFT Super Bowl ads, which was really exciting. They are actively developing and building out these contracts for ETH. If there's a team that's innovating on the ETH side, I'm gonna be honest, Digidaigaku and Gabe Layden's team and Limit Break are probably operating the heaviest on that front. I don't know who did if they have anything on the ERC 404 side, but ultimately, this is a big win for Gabe. The real question is, how is this migration going to take place? And like, here's the bigger thing. If it's royalty enforced and it's a new contract and it's not supported by OpenSea, this paints them into a tight corner at this point because all their volume is potentially gone. But like, what the hell world are we operating in at this point where now we're migrating NFTs, which were supposed to be the permanent NFT, and now it's not the permanent NFT. So you already lied. You broke the rule. You came out and you made an assertion which has been invalidated. And
I mean,
so,
Nick, we saw this happen on Sol already. As crazy as it sounds, a lot of people did it. Like, it was
they
like
just made the migration,
or they sold it into a marketplace bid for someone else, and the second it hit the marketplace contract, it wrapped it. Like, it was basically known, like, if you exchange this NFT, sell it, or buy it on secondary, it's going to be the new contract, or it's a burn and remint, or like there was a lot of different ways that they did it. And that's like for 48 hours, maybe people were upset, but now nobody gives a shit, and royalties are just enforced on Sol, and everyone's fine with it.
I mean, that's why I love Solana, to be completely honest. Good luck to the Ethereum collections. Let's be honest. Everyone is going to be heading over to Sol. Someone said you should be calling out these greedy MFers as one of our audience members. We're one of them. We're one of those greedy MFers because there is no other business model in this space other than creating a non-NFT business.
A nonprofit.
So, yeah, and that's quick note on this. Real quick note on this. This year, we plan on giving away probably at least $100,000 of merchandise for free. We're just going to go and buy the merchandise and give it away for free. We're going to create products, deliver them for free to our holders. That wasn't what you bought. You bought an NFT. What we're giving you is something for free. And so we need some way to sustain this entire business because our incentives need to be aligned with your incentives, basically, right? Your incentive is that price goes up. We need to be aligned with price go up. And the only way to do that is if there's royalties. If there's not royalties associated with it, there's no alignment. What do we end up seeing? We see things like OMBs on Bitcoin, of which I would love one of their second collections. Shout out to OMBs. You know I've always been a supporter.
Your ass is never getting one of those, dude. Never.
Yo, shout out.
Literally ever.
Easy. Remember when you were calling them a bunch of scribbles, dude? That
no,
was
I'm a proud holder.
Man.
I'm a proud holder, proud owner of my green eyes. It sits comfy in a wallet. It hangs out. I
can't believe it.
Yeah, hey, listen. Sometimes, Nick, when you just let art be art and you understand that you may not understand it, people can appreciate that response.
But in all honesty, OMB is now launching another collection in order to make money because you can't get royalties on Bitcoin, at least not right now. I don't know if there's going to be some other innovation.
I doubt there will ever be royalties on Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts, Nick, on what we just covered, Magic Eden, royalties, etc. before we wrap?
No, I think we should just wrap the show, dude, early and on time. I think
we
just
hard end it. Just end the space.
Well,
close the YouTube.
Before we do, I want to give another quick shout out to Crypto Tax Calculator, the partner of today's show and the leading platform to do your crypto taxes. If you are a trader of crypto or NFTs, they were just announced as the global tax partner of Coinbase. So these guys are absolutely fantastic. They revamped their website that Nick was complimenting. But yeah, they have thousands of integrations. They handle all types of NFT products, NFT transactions. If you're an airdrop farmer, DeFi farmer, if you're any type of farmer, CTC is the platform for you. If you're a trader, this platform is made for you. And guess what? You can go to the nifty.com/CTC and use promo code Nifty20 for 20% off all crypto tax plans. Bodogos holders, you can get you can receive 30% off if you go to the Discord for the code. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, a shout out to CTC, continuing to crush it. We're excited to partner with them. And that's our show. We'll be back tomorrow.
Save
Same
that money.
time,